Hey everybody, guess what? It's video for bass time. As I explained in a quick snipper that we did the other day, we got two of these here. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the Rickenbacker Blackstar, this was a limited edition of 200 that they made somewhere between 88 and 90 or something, because nobody really knows except them. There's two of these, like I said, and you've seen the picture. So there's one here and there's one here. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of go back and forth and just play some stuff on this one, and then we'll see the other one and we'll kind of see what happens between the two. Watch, because the easy way to tell these two apart, this one does not have the pickup cover on it. That one does. That one hasn't been taken off. That came that way. That one's a lot more played than this one is. The funny thing is, they're completely different. The necks on these two are different. Given the serial numbers, they're 3 months apart. Whew. Okay, so if they're 3 months apart, they should be pretty identical, right? Don't think so. They're not. They're not even close. So we're going to get into this. This one you've already seen a video on, because I did a video of this one by itself. You can look back on the channel and find that. The other one just got here a couple days ago. Going into this, we'll make this nice long intro. Going into this, I've set both of these up identically. They have the exact same strings. They're going to have the exact same sounds. And actually, I thought about throwing some stuff around them just so you could hear them, but I think it would be better in this case if you hear them by themselves. So there's not going to be a music bed. There's not going to be drum tracks. We're just going to kind of play along. I may throw a click in there just for me, but you'll hear the differences between these two guitars because they really are different. Whether they're 3 months apart or 3 years apart, they're really different. This one's heavier. The neck's a different shape than that one is. They sound different. This one sounds more like a jazz bass, and that one over there sounds like Signals. For those of you who know that record, you'll know exactly what I'm saying. All right, let's get started and see what happens. Okay, so really this first one, this is the one, like I said, that I did a video for the last time we did a Blackstar video. That was this one. You can see it on the channel. It gives you the whole rundown with the bass, everything, all the bells and whistles and all the stuff. Let's go to the other one. This one is actually, let me see here. This one, by serial number, is 3 months newer than the other one. As I said earlier, they're very different. The neck on this one's even different. It feels different. It sets up different. Now, With that said, let me show you something. Most of these bases, especially during the 80s and 90s, had what we call the dreaded tail lift. These are no exception to the rule. These have the dreaded tail lift. The only catch is the fact that these are the black powder coated, or however they did it, bridges, and they still, and of course that means that the action looks low from this, but it's really not when you see the other one. Because if I push down, you can see how much movement this one has. Okay, so let's go to the other base. We'll do a run through. I'll play some different little patterns like I did for this one, and you can kind of see and hear the difference. Okay, again, based on the serial number, they're 3 months apart, which is really interesting because they shouldn't be this different, but you'll see in a minute. Watch this. All right, so this base, this is the other one. This one is again, if the serial number decoder is back online, it would tell us that this is 3 months older than the other one. So the cover is still on this one, so it kind of gives it a little different vibe, but the cover is not the issue. So as I showed you with the other one, look at the action on this one. You can't really tell. It looks like I'm barely pushing. On this, I'm barely pushing. On the other one, it's like up here. And it seems like it's weird that they would set up so differently. But again, you're talking about something that's, what, 88 through something in the 90s. The neck on this one is totally flat. I mean, literally, it's flat. I managed to set this one up. This one came with the truss rods where the neck was doing this. And I got it to do this, which is amazing. The other one is still fighting me. So we're going to deal with the other one as we go. But just to give you an idea of the difference between these two, again, this one's been played more. You know, we got a lot of wear. Somebody had a lot of rings. I don't know where this one came from. Don't know who had it. There's no certificates with either one of these. For you Rickheads, you know that these things from the factory came with a certificate that said X number of 200 and the date it was made, or the date that it was done, poof, zip, 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 signed, love and kisses, Rickenbacker, boom, done. Neither of these came with a certificate. As a matter of fact, the last 4 of these that I have owned haven't had the certificates. The only one that I had for certificate use was the very first one that I had that I bought brand new at a place in Highland Park, Illinois, brand new in 1989. It was number 110 of 200. And it was later in the year. Based on the serial number, it was K2. So K2 would have been November of 89. So, you know, Yeah, the certificates get lost, the original cases get lost. Who knows? Let me say this. A lot of you have asked me about these things. This is why I did this. Because you know what? There's a few out there who are Rickenbacker nerds or Rickenbacker nerds, however you want to say it. I don't care. I've always said it the German way because it's what it is. They'll disagree. I don't care. Because I've had a number of these, specifically these Blackstars, this makes number 7 sitting in my possession. So they're all the same. They're all different. Each one is played different. Each one has done different things. You know, again, this is for the nerds out there who like these and who want to know little things, little sneaky specs, little cool stuff. Because you know what? Sometimes you just got to nerd out a little bit. It's okay. Gear nerds are just fine. Trust me, I know this. You don't know how many of these I've really had all said and done? There's a book on Amazon that I wrote a few years ago that will explain all about the Ricks that I've had lifetime. There's been tons of them. Anyway, I hope this finds you well. I hope you all have enjoyed this little bit of bass nerdness. If you have questions about these, no, they're not for sale. Let's answer that one now. They're not for sale. Other than that question, if you want to talk specs, if you want to talk playing, if you want to talk how these things go compared to other Ricks, because you know, if I'm going to be a real wise guy, just a second. Of course, besides those two sitting here, there just happens to be this guy. You've seen this one before. You know what this one is. So there's a video of this one out there too. Again, incredibly different from those, a whole lot older. This is the grandparent to those. So if you want to talk Rick bass, yeah, I've had a lot of them. A lot of you who know me know that I've had tons of them ever since the mid-'80s. As a matter of fact, the first one I bought was in '86. It was a gift from my parents for my birthday, way back when I was in high school. Hey, you know what? We got to start somewhere. Anyway, if you have any questions on those two, even this one, or all the pink and silly stuff, fire away. In the meantime, go play some bass, have some fun, and we will see you on the flip side. Yes.